Hello, welcome everyone. My name is Irene White, and this is the Insaka Talk Show. For those that are new to this channel, please subscribe, like, share, tell your friends to come and watch us, learn whatever you can as we learn as well. With me is my beautiful friend and co host, Miss Priska van der Vestes Chiwa, all the way from Baltimore.
Hello, welcome to the Insaka Talk Show. Thank you for tuning in. How are you, Erin?
I'm good. You look fabulous. I love that.
Thank you.
The whole ensemble, I love it.
Thank you.
All right. And our beautiful Miss Nelly Matatila Bartholomew, all the way from Dallas, Texas. Welcome, my love.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here and I'm excited for the show today.
I like the ponytail. It brings your beauty face.
Thank you.
Yeah. And we have no other than Miss Winnie Musonda, all the way from New Jersey. How are you, my love?
I'm feeling good. It's a happy Sunday. It's about to rain or snow. We don't even know what's happening, but I'm
Well,
good.
we had snow too here.
It's cold.
I know. We woke up with the snow.
Oh,
Oh,
But
yeah.
anyway, thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. Like I said, I'm going to go to Priska because I think we have some good news, some good ice breaking stories. What do we have, Priska, on the table?
Ice-breaking stories. Would you rather have a beautiful face or have a beautiful behind? I want both. If I can't
You
fix the
know,
face, if I can't fix the face, I'm gonna fix the behind. So I want both.
what if you were given a choice to pick one?
Beautiful behind. I can always wear makeup on the face.
You know, you know what would happen?
Huh.
Everybody at Chaisa Piribuka. Actually, I'm gonna come, Chaisa.
Beautiful behind, definitely.
What about you, Nelly? What would you pick?
Ah, I
Nelly?
don't know. Yeah, I would. Um, but I think definitely a beautiful face. I think
I
I'd
think
rather go with a beautiful face because I usually the face is the first thing that people see. Like
People.
right now, people can't see our behinds. They don't even know what we look like, but they can see our face. They can see our
you know
faces.
with the face as that thing of Udimusuma bat.
Yes.
Mm.
Yeah, men are brutal. Men can be brutal. The world is brutal. What about you, Miss Winnie? What do you think?
I keep my face.
You keep your face?
Because you know what? Walionda, walina, waliba bendi, udimuntu. But what puts you to be umuntu? Your face. So I'm keeping my face.
Hmm.
Well, everybody has their own thing that they like. I think I would keep my face as well. I have my extra luggage in the back already, so I don't need I
Yeah.
don't need any more extra. You're walking and the extra luggage is all the way in the back. We can't do that.
Oh
All
gosh.
right. So we
Okay.
have we have
So
Miss
the next,
Lenny. Yeah, go ahead, Miss Lenny.
yeah. So the next one is: would you rather forgive your friend that betrayed you with your ex, or forgive your ex that betrayed you with your friend?
To
Hmm.
hell with all of them.
Please, Tolmono
All
Valley.
of their bab, them, their friends, their associates, the people. To hell with all of them. The whole nation in jail. Bye.
Ah,
The whole
oh,
generation.
The
the
whole
whole generation.
generation
Oh my goodness.
and friends of friends.
Wow.
And guys, let us know in the comments below what you prefer to some of these questions that we're asking.
But you know what?
Nelly,
For me,
All right.
I think with time, I think I can forgive them and just like, you know what? It is what it is, but you never come my circle.
that's a good
Mm.
answer. Nelly?
Yeah, I think we have a couple comments in the comment section. from some of our friends. I know Mr. Ali is yeah, that's Mr. Ali from the Dallas Fort Worth area. I think he's referring to the first question about the face and the
Both.
behind. So he prefers you
Both.
to be beautiful. Yeah. hmm
Oh,
And
okay.
my machina for watching. Good evening. Good evening to you. Thank you for tuning in. All right.
So
Over
we
to
are
you,
turning, yeah,
Miss Irene.
Nelly,
no, we
what
have,
would you forgive the ex or would you forgive the friend?
exactly.
No, neither one of them are forgiven.
That's to hell with them, Irene.
Straight to hell for both of you.
Me, both
Mayroon pa
why?
wali sa initiative. Let's go and forgive 77 times 77.
Really? You can't even go there. You know you
Okay,
can't
I would
go
like
there.
to see you. Ryan.
You can't even do that. You know that? You can't. Ingrid, Kuaya, both of them.
This is just a talk. I'll do halfway. I was like, hell no, I won't even talk to you for the don't even walk. Let me just be the real Winnie. Don't walk
I
my
know.
way. Like don't even look at me. Don't come near me. Your mom, you like I will beat you, all of you.
The whole
Yeah.
generation.
The whole family.
Yeah, that's the truth. They are
Anyway,
all
you guys, we have a very pressing topic today
Mhm.
that's very good. I want people to learn from it. We're gonna learn from it as well. But before we dive into
Let's.
that, what are the trending topics, you guys? What are the
Mhm.
trending
Yeah,
topics?
we have.
So Desert farmer Maria Zalamas is engaged for the third time. Guys, this just goes to say Witty love lives. Like you
Yes,
still believe in love. So
yes.
congratulations to Maria. She said yes for the third time. What are your
Mm.
thoughts?
my thoughts.
But Maria bari kwate shuko.
Yeah, that's it.
But about guapo, like specific
some,
engagement.
some people can't even get one engagement. They keep coming.
Yeah,
Girl, you're on fire.
that's
Kudos to you.
To me, I feel
Mhm.
like, you know what, she's one person who doesn't give up on love.
yeah.
She doesn't care what people say,
Mhm.
whether she's gonna be engaged 7 times. She
That
always
is
tells
so
herself,
guapo.
Mhm.
"There's somebody out there for me." Yeah, you go, girl. I give it to you. Kudos,
Mhm.
kudos to
All
you.
right. And the next one here, so it's been confirmed Mr. Chibamba Kanyama has been appointed as the new Zambian ambassador to the US.
Wow.
He is replacing, yes, he is replacing Mr. Lazarus
Kapamwe.
Jainalabishin.
Kapamwe.
Boy.
Kapam.
Kapamwe.
Kapam.
Yes.
Mr. Lazarus Kapambo, yes. So we are excited. He's an economist, I believe, by profession, and he has quite a few accolades under his belt. Congratulations to you, sir, and we look forward to working with you.
Yes.
Congratulations. I'm in the DMV area, so I guess we'll be the first people to see him. We're
Yeah.
also going to have
Mhm.
the meet the ambassador, so you guys are coming and can meet him.
Absolutely. We always do.
And still on the trending topics. So this one is very kind of interesting. We celebrated Martin Luther King Jr. Day last week, I believe, last week Monday, and this Monday, sorry. And
Mhm.
so, in memory of that, a statue was put up. I didn't want to say the word erected, but it was put up by. It was designed by Hank Willis Thomas.
Mhm.
It's drawing a lot of controversy because it's an embrace, right? So
Yeah.
this statue was designed based on an embrace that Dr. King and his wife Coretta shared after a victory of some sort, and then they designed it, but without the heads. So depending on which angle you're looking at it from, it's weird.
Kasi naman win.
So
It looks like
it's drawing a lot
somebody.
of criticism.
Nafulama. I
Yeah.
just
You know,
Yeah. So that's what some people are saying, like, nah, Fulama, like it's yeah, I don't know. Well, what are your thoughts? Let us know.
it just did not do him justice.
But yeah,
this
but
is,
that's the picture
yes.
that they designed the statue from, right? But they didn't put the heads; they just put the arms, and they call it the embrace.
Well,
So
every artist has a different mindset. I think they were doing an abstract, like so that you can like imagine what it is. But it is what it is. It's out there. It's beautiful. The finishing is beautiful. It's just it depends what mind you're looking at it with. If you're looking at it on an artist
yeah,
perspective, it's good. Anyway, that said, we're gonna go on commercial and then we'll come back and bring our guests. You guys put your seatbelts on. Tell your friends to come and watch. You have 2 minutes. Tell your friends to come and watch. You will learn a lot. Yes, share, subscribe, tell your friends. Come on.
And watch with your
My whole life, my father told me stories about moving to the United States. He would tell me that his brother, my Uncle George, was already living here and let my father stay with him for a while. Through my Uncle George, my father was introduced to our cultural organization here in America, who helped him make connections, apply for college, find his first job, and adjust to life in a completely different culture than he was used to. The Cultural Association helped him get started on his new life. My Uncle George would bring my father with him to the annual Summer Cultural Groups Festival, and later, he would bring me. It was incredible to see so many people of all ages laughing and celebrating with food and song and dance. It brought back the best feelings of home and gave my father the opportunity to pass his culture, language, and values on to me. My father and Uncle George were very close, so when George died last year, my father wanted to honor his wishes to be buried with a traditional ceremony back at his birthplace. My father told me that because Uncle George had cultural group life insurance, he was able to afford to bring George home and have the traditional burial George wanted. Though my father had been able to honor my Uncle George's wishes, it got me thinking about my own family. One day, I'd have to make the same arrangements for my own parents, and my wife's parents as well. Of course, we would want to bring them home and honor their wishes, but it would be a financial hardship for our family. There were a lot of things to think about, even though I really didn't want to think about them at all. When my father told me about cultural group life insurance, he told me it's intended to help families when they need it the most. It's not tied to an employer, so no matter where my career takes me, I'll always have coverage. The more people who participate and the younger they are, the more it helps keep the insurance premiums down for the entire association. Because my parents have cultural group term life insurance, there will be money available to help me provide the kind of service I want to give my parents. And by joining, I can put my mind at ease and continue to celebrate our traditions into the future. With cultural group life insurance, I can worry less and spend more of my time celebrating with the people who matter most to me.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Insaka Talk Show. And if you're new to this channel, please subscribe, like, and share. Call your friends. We have an amazing show today. And before I go any further, I'd like to introduce our guests. We have Mama Anastasia Kamando Piri, but we call her Auntie Anne. Welcome, Auntie.
Thank you.
And we have no other than Pastor Nathan Nkama from ZBTR. And he's a friend of the show. And we always love for him to come on the show. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. You gave me a whole week of sleepless nights. Thank you.
That's the whole idea.
Put me in the hot seat.
Yeah, that's the whole idea. But thank you so much for gracing us with your presence. What did you say?
It's good to see my auntie.
Thank you.
Oh.
Thank you, Pastor Nathan. Thank you for having us.
You guys, these things happen when the phone rings. It's just by accident. Don't worry. Don't be disturbed. Don't deter from this topic. Like you all know, our topic is keeping the fire burning in the relationships. So we are all in relationships, and we are here to learn, just like our viewers are here to learn. We have these amazing two seniors that are going to teach us one or two things. But I'm going to dive into it because people are waiting. So I'm going to dive in. So we all know that in relationships, people deter, they go downhill, and sometimes they go uphill again, they go downhill. We want to know what causes that spark to stop, what dims the light, what can they do to bring the sparkle back. I'm going to go with Pastor Nathan for that one. Let's see what you can tell us.
Okay, what dims the light out? What causes the whatever to go down? This is what happens. We stop being adventurous.
Oh.
We stop being innovative. What I mean by being adventurous is that in anything in life, immediately you ignore the basic principles, you are in trouble. It doesn't matter what it is. Even relationships, it's the same. When I say we stop being adventurous, this is what I mean. When Tony first saw Mary, he went on an adventure to discover what our favorite things are.
Okay.
Color, size of shoes, what favorite drink is. All those things we want to discover about this person that we have fallen in love with.
Mm-hmm.
We go on an adventure to discover what pleases them.
Yes.
Number, the problem is when we make the marriage commitment, we make the biggest blunder in human history. We arrive.
Oh.
Marriage is not a destination. Marriage is not a destination. It's a lifelong journey.
Okay.
It doesn't mean you stop being adventurous. So that's the first thing. We stop being adventurous. That's when things begin to go wrong.
That's a very good answer. That's very good. I mean, does that apply to regular relationships too? Because this is marriage. What about regular relationships? And what do you think about the ones who are courting right now? They're just boyfriend and girlfriend, and maybe the girlfriend or the boyfriend feels comfortable and feels like, I don't have to do any other move. I'm done. 5 years later, they are still dating.
There is no way you can say you are done when you are not married to that guy, because that guy to come to you, he wants a marriage. Unless no one who doesn't want to get married. Otherwise, if the man comes to you, you have to see the way you act, the way you behave, the way you can cook, the way you can do whatever you can do. He is observing.
Okay.
Besides, these guys, they don't have one girl. Maybe they can have two girls.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Pastor Nathan, you agree? Yeah.
Finish the fire.
So that you know that if you are a girlfriend, don't take advantage that I'm Narifika. No, that's your fake. Because that guy wants to see if you are tradition, if you are Shani, you know what I mean?
Yes.
So you have to be nice to that guy so that you can be one of them.
Number one, police.
So you see, if it's a land, government.
Eronga wa upwa bantu walesamba kali pakuti kumoneka bwino. You used to look nice, lipstick, watch oluchero na usambo lemoneka bwino. Now when you get married, you forget about all those things. Okay? Waleko kumoneka bwino. You know, now that man makes you say,
Bakota no.
wafakombi so kusamba ine panduna kulafino kusamba kwanzi ngabwacho luchero you have to bath and lipstick pakanota ile that's the way you are supposed to be not that yo pandu ningu panomba na afika ine nangu niba boyfriend nifika mailo esa sanga mu bed bedspread it somewhere else. No, the bedspread is supposed to be nice room, clean, smart.
I have a question. Speaking of Bakota, should we take offense if our husbands tell us, should we take offense? Is that something that's okay?
Some they get offended.
Yeah.
Why haven't we Nakota? Ninkota ini. You know? Instead of saying, oh, washala wa ikala panshi wa ikala, he says Nakota. Nisharandi. What makes you to say that Nakota Nishi? Olo mwene wamono kwa efunale na ditefondi ino shita. Wamono. You can tell on your own.
Yeah.
You see, the thing is, to auntie's point, Priska, he may not, the spouse that tells you directly that Mwakota, those are the ones that have the ability to verbalize ukulanda.
Right.
But normally what happens, to auntie's point, is a man begins to behave in a certain way, like he buys you certain things. He just begins to do certain things, and in your relationship, you need to know that if my friend begins to act in a certain way, he's communicating something. Some women don't have the boldness to verbalize. Some men also do not have the boldness to verbalize. They will just begin to act in a certain way. Like I said in my first answer, don't arrive when you get married. Yeah. Take it to another level.
So is it safe to say, is it safe to say maintaining date nights are some of the things you can spice your relationships? You know, like Mwalande Fefina, instead of Kula Fala super patishe team lenda fie, no bra in the house, it's not attractive. So he might just buy a bra for you. And, yes, he might buy a bra.
That's the way you used to attract him.
Okay, that's what Pastor
the way you used to attract him. You have to still attract him again. It doesn't mean because he's you now you can do whatever you want.
Exactly.
Because you know these gentlemen, they want girls to look presentable.
Okay, so what if it's the man?
Yes.
What if it's the man that is no longer attractive to you as a wife?
The way you find him,
he's no longer attractive, maybe because he's also put on weight. Because men, I think all of us generally, as we get older, you know, we start struggling with weight, right?
Yeah.
So maybe the man has more weight than when you met him, or he's also not doing the things like he used to take you out. He doesn't take you out anymore. What advice do you have for men?
No, it doesn't mean when he used to take you out. You know, there's some certain time when you get married to a man. He used to take you out. You were single, no children. He used to take you all the time. Now, when you get married, you cannot. Who's going to take care of the children? Once in a while to take you out. It's either it's party. Then they take you. No, it doesn't mean in a babysitter, whatever. In our tradition, it's once in a while to take you out. It's not. It's a must the way you used to take you out. Can I please finish?
Let me take you back. Let me take you back to the point you raised about date night.
Yes.
You see, here is the thing. The other problem we have created as humanity is putting tags on these things. Date night. Why not just make it a perpetual lifestyle? The problem we have is that date night, you're talking about going to a restaurant, going to spend, isn't just taking a walk together in the neighborhood a date night.
It is. Absolutely.
You see, mindset. You see, when you put a tag in, you make it an event. Stop making things events. Let it be your lifestyle. Taking a walk with your spouse is a date night. Going sitting in the park is a date night. Imweka no femo yaku Cheddar's or these Brazilian restaurants or whatever. Look, don't put I don't like the idea of putting a tag on something because it becomes an event.
Yes.
Your life is not supposed to have event there, event there, event there. Do you know that you can have a date night in the house? Just create the atmosphere.
May I
create the atmosphere?
Can I say something? The way you are saying about Pongoshi dating, whatever, you can walk. This is not our traditional. We are talking about traditional here. Our traditional, yes, our tradition. We are not supposed to, go for a walk. Shan. That's why these girls, they are sending their husband to Kukushima. Can we pick?
And okay, but now
no. Takumushi. Baya kumushi kumabala. Abalume n'abakashi. Abalume balete minkuni. Abakashi bale fukembalala. Baima. Baya. Abakashi nga bafika. Bala bule chintini cha menshi. Yamusapa menshi. Isa. Bambi okocha abalume bali mukansaka nabekala. Not doing anything. Bambi okocha tumataba. Tu abalume baocha babikala pakambale wino. Batwala munsaka. Abalume tabaisa mukocha kwa matabawe. Nomba imwe kuno. No, you have to do this.
Auntie, this is 2020.
You see, the reality. Sorry, Irene.
Ababalumendo mulenda nabo ababalumendo abo bakulana bana kulu na bashikulu babo ero bali bafunda traditional era limunganda muntu le ufya umo natwikala akamwatika isa imano ka salamu kuchikula akalumendo kavi kapone mpia kati nokuti ndeko yafe ine batate fu banjebele pum naya kafuma bonsa bakulose alushamwisa that's straightforward. Arusha mwisi. Nalanda kale. Twali ishibe ntambi. So nangu mule tutuchunganya mwagate. Iwo nina kaini na iwonga wateka. Kale kulolesha. Kakula mukakuli umbi. Kaya mona umbi. Nafipusana na paliwe. Etika kamu.
Because ine la bomba. Akale abana kashite bali. Akale.
Urafika nokutali.
I think let's sorry, as Auntie,
1
second. As Auntie is talking, can we have some comments on the screen as well so we can
so we can see that,
people who are watching what they're saying. Go ahead, Auntie.
Nangu sambirire, nangu university graduate, doctor, shani, umwana kashi. Afuyo kuna kilomuru. Echo mwene fyupu fingi abasambirira abana kashi tabopwa bamukupa babe na ba professor ma doctors ku university aya kumushi kumwabo aya upaka mushi because kai momu alisambirira mule watine. I'm also tired. Mr. Wachipikira. Iwe. Ne.
I think Auntie Mwachita divert from the topic. The topic to the land okay, Mwarichita agree, you're already in a relationship, whether Mwariupana or maybe Mule Mwariba engaged, Mule to Netwalaku, Kuchupo, right? Now, eating green and Makamaka Upana, Abakoat, they've been in a relationship 5, 10, 15 years. Fiaba boring. Watakudi excitement.
So boring no
sometimes now which make opportunity.
Boring. Oh, we know I'm not boring. No man boring. That's even
So no, but how do you
no chanda
maintain?
chikuya valenda mumusebo
today-
boring yava kuisa boring.
My ideas today biko kwebati, those are things you can do. Kuchita
Maintaining
maintain.
relationship.
Uliokumva winonga ulino muntu kamutunta kaleti ntafidia.
Namufyali munganda nishika mutunta kaletu
Number auntie ngatwaleta po question mwala chitashani, because this is 2023. It's a very modern question. Pastor Nathan, maybe you can take that. What do you think about bringing toys into the relationship?
First of all, everybody might not understand when we say what toys are.
Okay.
Let's tell the audience what toys are we talking about.
Okay, before we actually tell them what toys they are, please, if there's anybody who's below 18 that's watching, let them go in the back, because this is like grown folks stories, grown folks PG-13.
18.
Mafunde, yeah. So we might say some things that are not good for the young people. So please put them in the back and come back with your spouse and listen. So these toys we are talking about are sexual toys, because the reason why we brought in the toys is because, if you know, a lot of people, after they get to a certain age, they take maybe blood pressure medicine or some kind of medicine that limits them. They're not able to do certain things. So just to spice their relationship and their sex life, they agree on bringing extra stuff like sex toys. Do you agree on that or not?
When you bring in sex toys, you've run out of ideas. And you basically have just don't know. I thought sex toys, I thought sex toys were created for people that do not have a spouse or a mate, for people to use on themselves, to gratify themselves sexually. So why are you bringing in toys in a relationship? Which means you've run out of ideas. You all need to come up, you all need to figure out where this relationship is intimately and work out a way to rejuvenate yourselves. You don't need sex toys are for people who don't have spouses. That's my understanding. So why are you bringing sex toys in a relationship? You've run out of ideas. Take a step back and ask the two of you, ask yourselves, what do we need to do? Even if you take blood pressure medicines, they are sex pills to enhance your sexuality. Actually, I've seen that now they've even made some for women. There are some sexual enhancement pills for women too. So if you've got challenges, sit down, talk about it, address the issues. What is the problem? We're working too many hours? There are many reasons that may lead to that. Maybe you're working too many hours, you're coming home exhausted. Reflect. Life isn't always about money, how much you are making. Don't lose your intimate relationship with your spouse because you need to take all that overtime, Kunchito. Sit down, save your relationship, save your marriage. Don't do that. Don't do that. If you really treasure your spouse, you are going to sit down and say, honey, I think I appreciate what you're trying to do. Now, when I say honey, I'm not saying it's a woman telling the husband. It could be the man also telling the wife.
Yes.
Because nowadays, like I think it's Priska who mentioned, women are working, and you all want to make money to pay your bills and whatever else. You need to sit down and reflect on this relationship. So please, sex toys in a marriage, no.
So that the husband, he can be attracted.
So I would like to just read some of the comments in the chat before we can proceed, please.
Yes, I'll start from.
We can start with the one from Mom.
All the way up.
Okay. Here we go. So Reverend Dr. Sengewila says, dating does not mean going out. Dating can be within your house, doing things together, such as cooking together. It's also a form of dating, right? She also says showering together might also be a form of dating. I think Angelina Steven as well also has something. Interesting.
Innovation. Before you read the next
Priska?
one, Nelly. Innovation.
Yes.
Be innovative.
Mhm.
Think outside the box.
Mhm.
Like I said, the problem is if you put a tag on something, it becomes an event. Be innovative.
Yes.
I wanted to comment on dating. I know Pastor Nathan, you said you don't want to put a tag on it. So when we started, you said don't change things. Fidafine for wale Monica, same as my auntie. So to me, I feel like date night is when you dress up, you wear your best clothes, you put on your perfume, the fragrance. So it kind of sparks back like when he met you, or for wale Monica, if when I met you, as
Mhm.
opposed to mulei pick up a mumunga and down your shower. So I feel like
If
right. So for the Monica Coffee Wafuala, you go to a date.
Inanda kona ine because if
No, tell you someone dating now Samba.
Yeah.
But we had to meet somewhere. You know what attracted
Yeah.
you is you. The first time I hugged you, you smelled good. I love that red lipstick.
Yes.
Like
Yeah.
my husband, I always used to wear this green hat. He would tell me, I love those green
But
hats.
smart.
But the first time,
Somewhere, but no place. For that place, ngabaisa kunganda kumwe basanga uli smart, inganda ili smart, uli clean. Wamona.
right.
Nobody abakupusha waleka nokuwa myakichi na mnemishinga mwabuka katuishinga moneka chinchi panalimonapo bedroom urefu makwati alimoni muchishala instead of bedroom musho wayashikata ule ana nkumo kuzifitika mlife vingi nimbina wima yo yakunso na mambe yakunso mamfati kitiko yasanga bedroom kwati alimoni muchishala nishwachinje ifyo wale moneka kumwawo me attraction ile wampere yafumapo
yeah.
So niseme feelings yapo.
Etave continue nangu na kwata na bana batatu nangu na 4 matandati na isana ko kufuma kuntito akupatia fyo because tawule moneka fo wale moneka
Bantu kwa yabambira ko batim.
Be a balance.
Here is
ayo wone omwana sini na mebene abapata kubawo because wale moneka bwino aisa nafala katwishinga nikuba chibanga nikwi nkashamulolesha wale moneka bwino abalomba na okenya abana kashibala pataba
I wanted to share this. I wanted to share this illustration.
Pastor Nathan, you want to say something?
I wanted to
Go
share
ahead.
this illustration. Let me show you something.
Okay.
When we are dating, this is what happens. This is the way the relationship is. Can you see that? You can't see me, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
As we getting closer to getting married, this is what begins to happen. You see that?
Yes.
When we are here, we are very innovative because we haven't seen everything.
True.
You want to discover. You are endeavoring to adventure. The problem is when we reach here, you know what I'm trying to, you understand by why I'm saying, when I do this, right? When you get married, you can see through each other. You are transparent. Before you are married, you are like that.
Yes.
When we reach here, we run out of ideas. Because you are not looking, you run out of ideas because like Priska and Mom were exchanging the discussion. You always used to dress good. You were smelling good because that's how far the relationship could go. You had not reached the point of naked and not ashamed.
Yes.
The Bible says, this is naked and not ashamed. I hope you can see properly. Let me show you. This is naked and not ashamed. When you are married, you are like that. When you're not married, you are like that. When you get married, this is it.
Yes.
When you reach at this point, we run out of ideas. That's the challenge we have.
Yes.
Because tumona kwata nimo wachita conquer. You've got everything you wanted. Now you stop thinking. So she's in the house. You are in the house, you are bringing the food, you are doing whatever, everything you are doing. Once in a while, you become intimate. You know, you run out of ideas. So cool, that's where the challenge is. So how do we move the relationship from being I've arrived, I've conquered, whether you are in Inchelenge, you are in Dallas, you are in Lusaka, you are in the deepest village you can think of, the principle is the same. Like Mom said,
It's the same.
he comes from work in Temenkuni and he has brought stuff. The wife does what she does. I call pansaka. You see, the relationship has to be worked out. The relationships in Chito. It's work. The problem is we don't want to work at it.
Yes.
The challenge we have, I'll keep saying this, the challenge we have, when we get married, we arrive.
Yeah.
I think communication would be key in this scenario that you've given, because like you said, if you're not communicating, like say for example, if your husband lets loose, I don't care, or the wife does the same, is it okay for you to tell your spouse, like I'm underwear, I'm not attracted to that? Or do you just buy them and give it to him and make a statement? Same with the woman. The man might like certain lingerie, like maybe he likes black or red lingerie on the wife. Should he just go and get it, or should he just mention to her, like, I like you when you wear red, or I like you when you wear black? Those are some of the things that you can do to enhance your intimacy within that window, I think.
This is something.
Okay.
If your husband used to wear black, white, now he has changed. I started wearing maybe black or mabamba ndiranda
That's Bamba.
alinjira kuti mabamba ndiranda kuti ambokuchinja kuti wayashitanga urefu ana ukwatorupia urefu avanhu vari muneka bwino. You want your husband to attract you, so you can go and buy right and bring it to him, as long as you buy what you wear. Because if you buy different, you bring a problem. Your husband will tell you,
let's bring it a comment ya Chipanga Waka. Is it Kapansa? She said something, how you say it matters. Can we find that comment? I want us to answer this question by Irene. I want us to go back to that comment. I think, it matters how he tells me to improve my dressing or cleanliness. These are sensitive issues. Okay, that word is very important. The reason I've gone back to this comment about the question by Irene Mulechitile bring up is, number one, at what stage are you in your relationship? If you've been married for 1 year, it's the way you communicate or relate with each other is different with me, who's been married with Gladys for 29 years. Okay. There's you know why I say that? I'll tell you why I say that. When something is she doesn't want me to wear anything, considering to Ruth's comment, these are sensitive. The way you communicate.
Yes.
When my wife does something, we've been together so many years, I understand why she's doing it.
Yeah.
If she doesn't want me to wear something anymore, you know what she does? She just throws it away. I won't get offended. I get the message. That she doesn't want me to wear it anymore. If you do that in your first year of marriage, you don't know how the person is going to react.
Yes.
So first of all, you need to know your spouse, and at the level of the relationship, you are your level ya communication ya alipusana 1 year, 5 years, 10 years, 15 years. So first of all, before you communicate in whatever way you want to communicate, whether you are just going to throw it away or you are just going to buy something and bring it, you need to understand how does your communication go. Will the message go through without creating offense? It's very important.
Can I say something, Vanessa? Because this is your husband, and then you've been saying something over and over. But you're just saying you don't like. Some of us will say things, but I don't mean it. I don't go baba offended by Karazi. And then they come back to you like, oh, what you said, you hurt me. Maybe that's a better way of communicating, because you can say, I'm sorry. But if you say in a 1-year relationship, you just got married, you're in honeymoon, and then you go tell your spouse, oh, I don't like this shit. That's when you're saying that the way you communicated, that's when she's saying that it's sensitive, it becomes sensitive. But if you love somebody else, you have to give them the respect that for them to tell you that means they love you. They don't want you to do that.
Well, that's the way we think, that just because we are in love, we can say whatever we want to say. No, that's not the way it works. Because we think just because you are in love with this person, you can say anything. And they may, no, you need to know how your spouse responds to certain things.
To approach that.
How to approach them. Thank you, Auntie. Okay.
Yeah.
Some people are very sensitive about very silly trivia issues.
Yes.
What may look big to somebody else, it's not a big deal. Okay. So,
yes.
You see, men and women were wired differently. I sent some information. I don't know if you can put up that information. This is my recommended reading. Okay. What is that? By Tim LaHaye, the book that I sent you, I sent in the forum, Nelly. It speaks about,
we'll put it up.
Yes, it speaks about understanding how your spouse, you need to know how your spouse responds, the best way to communicate with them. Some people, you don't need to say anything, you just do it.
Yeah.
Everybody,
that's why I
that book. You see, some people, you don't need to say anything. If you just go replace the stuff and bring something else, they'll get the message without being offended. But that's not, it may not work out the same way with somebody else.
Yeah.
Somebody may want to be told, akaka shati shikafuaya. Somebody needs to be taught. If you say that to somebody else, they'll be offended. The point is, how is your communication lines? How do you communicate? That's what you see. When we were, my wife and I, when we were getting married, there was something that kept being emphasized, and I didn't understand its significance until we got married. Communication, communication, communication.
Yes.
It's at different levels, and it's in different communication.
Yeah.
It's even in actions.
No, it's true. It's true. It's absolutely true.
So understand your spouse.
Go back again.
What is Winnie's language of communication? You need to understand that. Don't just say you love Vincent. Do you understand his line of communication? Do you understand it? You see, we like to say, I love him. I love her.
I can tell him whatever he wants.
Are you growing in your communication lines?
Yes.
Are you still on an adventure? If I do this, how is Tony going to react or respond? You need to understand. Don't dispel what Aunt Anne said. Some people are culturally, you can have a PhD and the person is still very strong in cultural terms. Have you seen a PhD person go back and marry somebody from the village?
Yeah.
They are not interested in your open-mindedness and your intelligence and whatever. Some people do not understand the language of what are you bringing to the table. That doesn't exist in some people's worlds.
Sure.
So when you're getting in a relationship, understand those things. I have my reasons why I married Gladys. What are your reasons? Why you married the person?
chivalera ndavana chani chirande chako yashita underwear ti wayamukushita ufire mwavere shanya murume aishiva ti iwe urashita taushitefe because tautemenochirya wamona ingatra kuti you are used to buy clothes for your husband. When you go out, you buy something. Oh yeah, daddy, when I went here, I find something I bought for you. You can change anytime wardrobe yakwe because no matter
yeah,
did I tell you to buy this?
I think we do have a lot of comments. I think I'm going to put it
up.
A problem. If we can just like try to read the comments from
please.
Our viewers, because they're like up and down. That's from Sandra. Nelly, take it up.
Sandra says it is interesting. Sure, it is interesting how it is assumed that the man is the only one who works. What if the man is a stay-at-home dad? What is the man's role in keeping the fire burning in the relationship? So so number kuchichetekerati wafumoko wachira womba 16 hours nimbiniwe woshinyanga wachiwa operating room we mwana kashi waisa wambo kunayo bwali umno yachiwa panganda
no
wala chinja abana matebera
no no maume winenga ali panganda ali shiva kwati kwena vanhu kashivandisa varipo I can do this I can do this. It's a must because ashala panganda imumulaya kunchito akuratidza fyonse fyapanganda kwati mwana kashi no it's up to him to do. Okay, mukashwani talipo chinjipike kofi asange ninjipika vadovamume vava bwino sana aipika achana bwino but when you come back ulesa sanga fifia chave futatichita mwini pananganda chamutene ngutimo I'm too tired. No.
I agree, but I think it goes both ways.
No. Although you cooperation, you are a wife. Who a doctor, you are a wife. That money, who have a feel generous, like Yava Pongo Shivani Fivaba, Navadi Yavakashino doctor. Akasanga nave pikamuna never turn of fiance. No, nobody banaya. Nobody don't expect that to allow if you are your way. But wash what she said no kuchisa. That's out.
Why Diana, I would like to see the comment.
Okay.
Yeah.
From Toya. Oh, Kaso and them Summer says that's my pastor. Toera and Urenda says some men know what Victoria's Secret store is, but some husbands don't even know their wife's bra or underwear size.
That's a tragedy. Don't move away from that. That's a tragedy. That's a tragedy if you do not know your spouse's sizes of everything she wears. That's a tragedy.
Mine does, and he knows the size very well too. When I gain weight, when I lose weight, like right now, I've lost weight. I'm looking good. I'm sure he's doing
there.
Run away. Jesus.
That's it. That's
you.
There's another comment.
Yeah, Kasson. My fiance brought up a great point. Please address momentary stress as regards to stress.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's my fiance?
You have my fiance.
My fiance. I think it means
he was talking about. I think she's watching. His fiance, my everything.
My everything.
She made a comment previously.
Yeah.
You know how they call each other. Him and his babe.
Pet names.
I didn't know what comment to bring up.
Which brings us to pet names.
Pet names. Yeah.
Pet names.
Yes.
Which brings us to pet names. So do you
go ahead?
Do you believe in giving each other pet names as in a relationship? And for example, my darling, sweetheart, babe.
My sweetheart, my darling.
At
Daddy.
Mami.
Yeah,
Daddy.
Daddy and Mommy, I don't like that one.
Daddy.
That's
No,
the only one that I don't like.
I'll tell you that on Daddy and Mommy, because I was in church and then the preacher was preaching. The reason why when you're married for a long time to your husband, you end up calling him your dad because God only you only respect God first, right? Your husband and wife. So when you're married to your husband for a long time, you're gonna have to respect him like your father. That's what it like. So
Your
you
father
see,
that you go to bed with?
no, it's a different way of calling daddy.
Your father you go to bed
I
with.
mean, daddy has
The-
one meaning.
Yeah. Well,
In
there
a,
are
And then
some
you
young
call him
issue-
couples.
Everyone's
father.
a daddy.
That's pervertive to me. When you say father,
the,
that just
the
makes
issue of, you see, some of these
Andy,
things are
there's
between.
some men, since they get married with the wife, has never called him daddy, Pedi, Shani, Barasakamana. They get worried.
Yeah.
can you please put the comment from Kasonde, the last one there, the very
They
last?
get worried, man, that they don't call me.
The thing is, before we go to Musoma's comments, the issue of names, it's between the two of you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's between the two of you. Let's not put a blanket on relationships to say Mulingiro kula ita this and that and that. It's some of these things to me they are.
No,
So what if it's a 10 on, Pastor Nathan? What if it's a 10 on?
Daddy.
Say that again.
I'm saying, okay, I'm saying, what if it's a 10 on for my partner? If I say,
Yeah,
hey,
that's what I'm
babe,
saying. It's between the two of you.
yeah. If I call him babes or honey or darling, it all depends what makes me feel good. And that babes, babes banjita.
all right, I'm gonna put up this this topic here. It's very sensitive. Like we said, please, everybody out there, if you have children in the house, please make them stay away. But we are in this world where we live in, and then we are from Zambia, and we have my parents, Pastor Pano, Nathan, and Auntie Anna. So that's why we have backup. We can't just be doing things without backup because we don't know everything. We talk about oral sex. And this one, I'm gonna say first, Kuliva Auntie, what do you think about the oral sex in Zambia? Like, how do you like? I'm gonna
The
say
question
that.
is, why is it frowned upon, right?
Why,
Yeah.
why is it frowned upon? But
I remember.
Remember what?
I did not get that.
No, you asked. You
Yes,
said something.
You froze.
oh, I don't know. Sorry. Nachanda Nati, it's very hard because Zambia, when they act on themselves over oral sex, they say, you cannot go and see him in the coffin. Like you can't see him when he's dead because
What?
What is your question?
the knowledge they engage in oral sex.
Anyway, I don't believe in that.
Let me rephrase the question.
myself.
Sorry. Nishwa kancha
But
also
you,
that.
normally, let me finish. Normally, in village, they do juju to do that. That's why you said you cannot go and see. That's what I hear. Otherwise, you shall believe in that.
Okay.
Okay, I don't believe in that. But if whatever you are talking about, then you cannot go and see the body for your husband because
Oh.
yes. So if
Very
now,
quickly.
otherwise,
Pastor Nathan?
Very quickly. First of all, the issue of Wakako, your husband will come back in a ghost or a ghost and whatever, those are mystical traditional beliefs that people believe in. Why is oral sex frowned on in Zambia? It's a cultural thing.
Yeah.
And number two, this is also where I use the same phrase I've used throughout this discussion. This is something that is between two people. How do the two people feel about it? Okay. And first of all, why are you even bringing it out into the open? How do people know that this is an issue between the two of you? Unless you have chosen to bring this subject or any other intimacy out of your intimate behind the doors into the public arena. You must have said it to a friend and said that in a way this is going on and I'm not of the idea. You need to approach things in a proper way. Does your spouse know that you have gone out and said this about whatever?
Yes, you're right. You're right. You're right.
Yeah. So it's been a really interesting conversation. But yeah, Miss Irene.
I wanted to say there's a comment that's pressing. It's from Tokozile before we actually end the show. Can you put it up? There you go.
Okay. So Toko says, can you comment on the impact of stress on keeping the fire burning, please? Regardless of who the breadwinner is, stress affects everyone. And often women are told to perform at all costs to keep the man from straying. Pastor Nathan, your views, please. What is the sexual obligation of men to their wives? That's a really good one.
Good question.
It is, first of all, the concept of avoiding no, what's the word? Where the man, so that the man doesn't stray away. That's a very terrible excuse. You have no excuse to stray just because your wife is stressed, and there are many reasons, and this is very important. Times have changed. Okay. I think somebody raised this. My auntie gave us a scenario of the village, and we are in a modern scenario. We are both working, all right? And you have to be sensitive to your spouse.
Yes.
It's not just about you, the man. And you see, that's why in my speaking, I haven't been saying men or women, it's the spouse. God created sex for the pleasure of the two of them. For the pleasure and for procreation. That was the reason that God created sex. Go out of your way more than beyond and is expected to be reasonable enough to understand that my partner, my spouse, is not in a position to get intimate. Understand that. Understand that. You just have to be, if you love your wife, if you love your husband, you are going to be as understanding as you claim to be loving. I hope I addressed that. It's very important. We are in this together, okay? The notion, here is where the problem is. The notion is culturally, we were taught and we are taught the woman is supposed to satisfy the man sexually.
Yes.
That's not a biblical concept. The sexual intimacy act is supposed to be pleasurable between both parties, not just to satisfy one person.
Yes.
That's the way it's supposed to be. So if the other party is not in the position to be able to fulfill and satisfy you, be understanding as you claim to be loving.
Whew, that was really good. Anyone wants to say something? Sorry.
No, I think we are almost past the time. I think I would like everybody to say like any advice on how to keep the fire burning in their relationship. And we might come back for part 2 because we just running out of time. But I'll go through Priska. What advice would you give on fire burning in a relationship?
Keep the fire burning.
Keep the fire burning in the relationship. Keep the fire burning. Looking nice.
Yeah.
Miss Neri, what would you say?
I think I would like for us to hear last words first from Antiana. What last words do you have? For those that are watching, what do you have to say to them?
Ichaba fe important kuri love kute mwana no mwaomi. Kumte mwefyaba efo wamusangire efo fuire okumutemwa na parasi naye we mwine w'omwana kashi fuire okumoneka efo bakusangire then ukamona tawalume bakakutemwa fye muyayaya nombanga taule waamba okuchinja awe tabaka bali abakutemwa efo ningalanga.
Pastor Nathan,
Yeah, for me, go ahead, Pastor Nathan.
Yes.
Don't stop being adventurous and innovative. You see, some of us at work, we are looked at as the brains, the brilliant, the smartest, the most innovative manager, director, and whatever. Why don't you take the same principle in your relationship?
That's true.
Think outside the whatever, always think about the idea and say, when I get home, I'm gonna make Priska jump out of her skin like she's never before. Think outside the box. Don't stop being adventurous.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's not complicated. Don't stop being adventurous.
Yes.
Oh, kali
Yeah,
akatabo
so
kambi neli na chichita recommend. Kali akatabo kambi. Show them. Them.
Okay. And in conclusion, we're going to show you these two. This is another book that you can read to keep the spice in your relationship. You want to say something about it? Oh, okay. It's called Sex Manners for Men by Robert Charton. And then we're going to show the other one again. It's The Act of Marriage by Tim LaHaye. So take note of these. We'll also post them in the comments in case you want to look out for these books. It's important to read, communicate, and I think maintain respect for one another.
All right. So, well, for me, my take is learn something new together. Learn something new. Be adventurous together and agree if that's what you want to do. If one says no and the other one says yes, then it's a no-go. It has to be either 100 or no show. But thank you so much for coming, Pastor Nathan and Anne. This was really nice. It was very, very informative. And I hope our viewers learned one or two things. Like Winnie said, we're probably going to have a part 2 because this is a very vast topic that is very needed in our communities, whether here in the diaspora or in Zambia. If you're new to our channel, please subscribe, like, and share. Tell your friends to watch us next Sunday. We're always on the show on YouTube at 1 p.m. Central Time, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and 20 hours Zambian time. Thank you so much for coming back. For our viewers that have been coming all the time, we love you, and happy Sunday.
All right, I'm gonna say the last words, and just a quick. What Pastor Nathan said. Thank you very much. I think the most important thing here is communication, and learning. Another book that we're gonna put down there, 5 Love Language. Learning your spouse, respecting your spouse, and your friends, because it comes through boyfriend, girlfriend. I think it's communication. Then you can keep fire burning. Like Pastor Nathan about fire burning. Be adventurous. So thank you very much. We'll see you next week for another good topic. But keep coming. This is the Insaka Talk Show. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.